We are trying to really improve the livelihoods and food security of smallholder farms in Africa by providing them the weather information and weather forecasts that they currently really lack. This idea did not come from some kind of romantic beginning or so, but we were keen sailors in Tanzania, so I grew up in Tanzania, keen sailors, and we wanted weather information, wind information especially. And we couldn't find any accurate wind information. So a couple of friends of mine decided to build a weather station for the yacht club, so we could use this wind information in races and hopefully gain an advantage. We never gained an advantage, so we kept on losing the races, but we had this innovation and we were like, well, we have this weather station that works really well. What can we do with it to kind of change people's lives? Because we realized there was a big issue there. So the pain the farmers were suffering is that for centuries they could rely on this traditional weather knowledge. So for instance, in Tanzania, the rain season would always start in the beginning of March, and everyone knew that. But because of climate change, suddenly rainy seasons would only start in April, or they would start early in February. So farmers would plant all their seeds, and then suddenly it wouldn't rain anymore, or the rains would take so much longer, so they lose all their harvest. Basically, it made them very insecure about their food security, and when droughts happened, it inflicted a lot of pain on them, but also it kind of forced them to plant more conservatively. So plants which are lower risk, but lower yields. And that again led to food security issues for smallholder farmers. We obviously had this weather station, and to be honest, the idea was in our heads for a while about let's do something useful for them. It only really started when we came to London Business School, where I met a couple of friends who were very positive about the idea. And then this global social venture competition kind of gave us the impetus to really sit down, make a business plan, interview farmers, interview scientists, interview smallholder farmers in Tanzania, and really try to figure a strategy out. And so we participated in that competition together with the help of LBS students, and this wouldn't have been possible without them because they came in with different expertise and really helped us build something. This global social venture competition gave us a lot of confidence because really the people we talked to says, yes, this is a pain point in Africa, we need these weather stations. We then win the global social venture competition, which led to, I would say, some moments of reflection. We realized we had to step it up a bit. I mean, we did not yet have many weather stations on the ground. So we actually asked one of the founders to invest some money in the firm so that we could actually, and I called initiating reciprocity, initiating trust. So we actually sent out a couple of weather stations to organizations we met through interviews and all that, and said, look, here you go, here's 3 weather stations. Let us know if you like it. Let us know what you think about it. And that really catalyzed a lot of things. One, it gave us confidence because the feedback we got was very positive, but it enabled us to now really apply to competitions for some initial funding and being able to say, look, hey, this organization or this partner is actually using 3-hour weather stations. We applied to a couple of competitions, so $10,000 there, $20,000 there, and finally we won one of the competitions run by the European Union, and this gave us our initial funding of about €100,000, and this really enabled us to take the next step forward and really implement a much wider rollout of weather stations. As you know, when you start a startup, you've got nothing. The only way people will actually help you is to do you a favor or because you're nice. So I guess the first key learning and the key takeaway I had is to be extremely friendly and nice to people you meet. It sounds a bit ridiculous maybe, but just extra emphasis in emails. Dear sir, thank you very much. Just extra things, being nice to people. This was a key learning. The second key learning was really to initiate reciprocity, initiate a trust. So not only waiting for people to do something for you, but for instance, we sent 10 stations out to people without any guarantee that we would ever see them again or that they would do anything. But it showed that we trusted them and we really wanted this partnership. Same thing with another partner, they were a bit asking questions, okay, what is your model? Well, we decided to send them straight away our financial statement, our financial bank statement, which made some of my partners angry because there's some private information then, but it showed that, look, we have got nothing to hide, trust us. So really initiating reciprocity. I think the third thing, without which Kukua would not exist anymore, is this enormous sense of purpose. A couple times we would have been happy to throw the towel in, but we knew that, look, at the end of this road, we could be changing the lives of millions. So we had this purpose, and that drove us on. Without it, we wouldn't have been here. And I guess finally, if I may add one thing, which I feel is very important, especially if you're dealing with Africa, is to always look on the bright side of life, because many things happened and you just have to keep smiling. This is Africa, we're going to be happy, we're going to get there, and stay really positive. That would be the 4 key things. Kukua couldn't have existed without London Business School, starting from the very beginning in terms of having the students that came on the team to really boost the project, but also the support from professors like Professor Skinner, Professor Kamini Ramdas and so forth. This is an LBS project. Without LBS, we wouldn't be here.